The very first place that we had an issue with was our preschool, because that's where our kids were going every single day, and the people had known them. They'd been going since 6 weeks old, and they were seeing all of the changes. And for the longest time, we're the conservative family, and so many of the other ones there were a little more, liberal and progressive. And they thought, wow, you're really awesome. You've got this boy wearing pink sparkly shoes, and yay for you for bucking those gender norms, and you're really pretty cool to go along with all that and not let it freak you out. And then when we worked with our doctors and therapists, and they said we really probably should just let her socially transition, we knew that was going to be a big thing. And we put it off a little bit, but Avery had a birthday party to go to on a Sunday afternoon, and it was from one of her preschool friends, and she was throwing a fit. She did not want to leave the house. She wasn't going to go. And it was because we had told her, go ahead and change clothes, put on your boy clothes, and we'll go to the party. And she's like, no, it's my day. I'm not going to put on boy clothes and do that. So she went to the birthday party dressed in a pink rhinestone sparkly top and leggings, and had the biggest grin on her face. And when she got there, all the parents were like, hey, cool, Avery, go out and roller skate and have fun with your friends. And no one made a big deal out of it. So she decided no one's going to care. They're totally good with me. So the next morning she woke up, she threw on girl clothes. She was like, okay, let me go. I'm ready to go. So instead of fighting to get her to preschool, she was up before daylight, ready to go, didn't want to be late. And, rather than fight, and I had to get to work, I was like, okay, I'll take you. And walked her into class and said, here you go, lucky you, teachers, you get to have this today. And it was actually Martin Luther King Jr.'s birthday. So it was the perfect day for it. They're like, hey, we're talking diversity. We will work this into the lesson. And it was no big deal. And for that week, everything seemed to go really well. She wore girl clothes every day, and she was happy and excited. And then we had a weekend, and she went back the next Monday, and all of her friends were saying, why are you still doing this? My mom said this is kind of weird. Why aren't you putting on boy clothes now? I don't get it. And we realized the parents were not as cool with head-to-toe girl clothes as with one item or whatever. So I wrote a letter, and Avery had decided that because they were starting to tease her, she didn't want to go back to daycare. And we didn't want her to be more stressed and be suicidal and all of that. So we decided we would pull her out of preschool at the end of the week. So I wrote them a letter, and I said, you've probably noticed some changes, and I'm sure that you're a little bit confused and you have questions. You should be in our shoes. We're much more confused, and we have a lot more questions than you do, but we've been working with doctors and experts, and they have recommended a social transition. So we're going to move forward calling her a girl. She's going to start living as a girl. We're going to be leaving preschool at the end of the week. Here's all of our contact information. We would love to keep in touch and have play dates in gender-neutral places and all of that. And here are some websites where you can get information about how to talk to your kids. I'd love to hear from you. Put that in their mailboxes Monday night. Nothing on Tuesday. Nothing on Wednesday. Nothing on Thursday. And by Friday, I realized, wow, no one has even said hello to me in the halls this week. I'm not even getting eye contact. And on Friday, we packed up all of her items, got her, a nap time blanket, and got her toys and her extra changes of clothes and all those things to pack up to go. And the couple of the teachers who were still there said goodbye, and all of the other parents picking up their kids just kept their eyes down and didn't look at us, and we walked out. Not a word from anyone. No one gave us a note. No one said, wow, that must be really hard. Sorry you're going through this. Good luck. I mean, nothing. It was total silence. So